Awesome. Welcome. We are so thankful that you are on here today. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit about rain before we actually get started because we have been having such amazing results with it. And I'm excited to upgrade to AO Rain 2.0. It is a stronger way to reconnect with nature's energy. So I want to talk to you about it because I don't know how many of you have tried it. I don't know if you've seen it. If you were at Day of Discovery and you were able to experience it, but you know how you feel when you're near a waterfall, right? I remember going up to Washington State and being by the waterfalls up there, and the air smelled so clean. The air smelled clean. We felt refreshed. And it's similar to the way we feel when we are by the ocean when the waves are roaring, when there's just huge waves, we just feel so good. The negative ions that we're breathing in, that are hitting our skin, that are hitting our eyes, that are just covering our body when we are in nature like this is amazing. One of my friends who bought AO Rain 1.0 last year, he said that it was similar to being up in Oregon, where you have the ocean air and all the trees and nature, and it's just revitalizing. It just helps you feel great. So we've had really amazing testimonies with this when people come and just sit under our rain, which usually I think it takes 45 minutes to fully charge all of the cells in your body. The new 2.0 is 20 minutes. So mine, my original one has 900,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter, but the new AO Rain, the AO Rain 2.0, it's not just better, it's more powerful. Negative ions are amazing. The new AO Rain 2.0 has 1.4 million negative ions per cubic centimeter. So why do we need negative ions? Why do I wear my Cybin bracelets? Why do we want to be drinking and being bathing in negative ions? Because that's what we're designed. We crave it. Like after a rainstorm, I remember growing up in Minnesota, after those rainstorms and thunderstorms, the air used to smell so clean and so fresh. That's similar to what we're getting with the rain, with AO Rain 2.0. Um, you're going to find when you use it, balance for everyday life. So I like it just for my balance, just for, if I just feel like I haven't been getting enough being outdoors, and I just go sit under it for a few minutes, and I've been around too many computers and screens. I can go sit under rain, and in 5 minutes, I feel so much better. Whether it's just calming or just helping my attitude, just helping people feel better. So, some of the things my friends have felt. I had a friend drive down from another part of California, and her foot had hurt so bad that she hadn't been walking all summer and even into October and November. I believe she came the beginning of November, and her foot pain relieved. The discomfort she had on the top of her foot that was hindering her from walking. I wasn't expecting this because I've mostly had testimonies of breathing and things with sinuses and people feeling headaches relieving. And vertigo, things like that. But to have somebody's foot feel better so quickly was amazing. So I wanted to just show you that the new AO Rain, again, anyone you have that if that has a practice, has a wellness room, has, you can use it in your home, but especially those that are practitioners, they can have their friends or their clients, their patients, come in and use the rain even for a few minutes before an adjustment, before a procedure, before something, whatever they're going to do, before they have a therapy. And notice the increase in that cellular voltage. The mitochondria have more energy, and people do report better sleep. They're more focused. Their brain is more clear. It helps, every time we're getting the immune system kicked in with these negative ions, it's just going to help us be able to fight infections and things better. The biggest thing I want my friends to have this for is people who've struggled with respiratory challenges, respiratory issues. Sitting under rain, you can measure things, measure your heart rate, measure your with a peak flow meter how big your breath is, measure things yourself and see how you feel. Okay, I'm excited to get started. Katelyn said she'll be on right at 10, and she made a new PowerPoint for us today. I'm excited about it because we're really trying to help explain to new people, not just how the AOSCAN works, but just how energy, just kind of go back to the basics to help you and your clients and your friends understand it. And then at the end, we would like to have those of you who are ready to share a testimony be ready to share because people, we can read studies, we can read facts, we can read books, but until I personally see it helping you and hear it helping your pets, your friends, your loved ones, I don't really care. People send me stuff all the time that they want me to promote different things, but unless I know it's actually helped someone like you or someone you love and care about or your patients or your clients, it's not important to me. So that's what we want to share some testimonies every month when we do our call. So you can share this. But okay, yay, let me just see who all is on here. Welcome. We do have a Q&A. So you can type in there. We will take the questions right before the testimonies at the end. So that will be a queue. So after we answer any questions, we will go right into testimonies. Awesome. And so there she is. Okay, welcome, Katelyn.
Hello.
Did you use your AO Rain this week?
Oh, yes. That resets me so much. How's it going?
Yay, we're so excited. I am so thrilled about the new PowerPoint you have to share. And so we
Oh,
can
me
just
too.
really,
Okay. I think we're all set up. Did I open up the PowerPoint?
let's do it.
Yay! Hello,
So
everyone.
life-changing. I can't
Who's
believe it's
on?
been,
I
it's,
realize I never look and say hi to anyone who's on. Hi,
I know.
guys. So fun. Yay. Got a good group. Okay, so it says sharing is not turned on, so I need to be able to share. Let's see. Do you have a setting on your end?
I'll check that. I thought we had it going before. Can we switch you to,
I'm gonna see if I can set up as co-host. I might need to log out and come back in.
we actually had it all set up, you guys.
I'm gonna come right back.
It was working. Okay. It was working perfectly. Isn't that funny how that happens? So here we go. Hmm. Yay.
Hello.
Yay. Hi.
Think we figured out what was going on. Okay, so I think we have to pin both of us. There we go. And I have to change my name.
You've already changed it once from Katelyn Simmons or Katelyn Carlson to Katelyn Simmons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now I think we can share the screen
you're
and get
amazing.
going.
Did I ever tell you that? You're amazing.
Yay! You are
Yay.
amazing too.
Our whole team is amazing. They're
Oh,
just awesome.
yes.
We really do. I mean, I am so thankful. We've just continuing to bring in the best people to help join us with this mission of compassion,
I
right?
know. I know. I'm blown away every day at the people that just keep coming. And it's like I think we're really good at attracting all the most
Mm,
incredible people on the planet.
I agree.
Oh, it's very fun. All right. So the AO scan, if you don't know what the AO scan is, this is the technology that transformed my life. It transformed your life too. It has
Hmm.
just been Probably the biggest piece. Does it sound like my microphone's working?
It sounds good to me. Yeah.
Okay. To me, it sounds like something just went out.
Okay.
But if we're good, we're good. I'll just keep
Maybe
going.
it's your headphones. All of these little technical details. And we had it perfect like 30 minutes ago, but it's fun.
It's all good. Well, okay, so the AOSCAN subscription, we're going to be talking about how this is life-changing, how this can transform your life, your health, and your finances. My name is Katelyn Simmons, and this is my mom, Debbie Carlson. And we've been on this journey for over 4 years now.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, it goes back farther than that, but with
Yes,
Solex, with the AO scan, it's just made our life
specifically.
so much easier. Our life is so much more simple and just if you like helping people empower themselves, this is the best. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so we do have to start out with a disclaimer. The AOSCAN is not a medical device. Nothing that we say today should be taken as medical advice. This is not a diagnostic tool or a replacement for medical care. Nothing that we're talking about should make you, go and replace everything else that you do in your life. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Uh, yeah, I think we should know that by now about everything.
Hmm.
Everything that we
Yeah.
use. Uh, but we do have to say that.
Good job.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we need to understand what we're made of. Just we really are energy. Do you guys feel it? Do you feel the energy in this room, in this Zoom room, in this webinar? Those of you on YouTube watching, yeah, we are energy and it's measurable. We have a magnetic field in our heart. I remember when I first started using pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, that's when I first heard that the heart could be measured 20 feet away. Isn't it even farther? I don't know. The science keeps showing how strong our heart is, the strongest electromagnetic field in the body.
Yeah.
And
And some sites like the Heart Math Institute will only claim like 6 feet away, but
mm,
there are people who do like biofield tuning sessions who feel the biofield and the electromagnetic field of the heart 10 feet away, and the sound is bouncing that back. And like you said, up to 20 feet.
yeah.
It's it depends on where you're looking and who's doing what kind of test, but across the board, every part of us is measurable. I mean, you can see in the picture there of the little human with that bubble. It's like we have a
Yeah.
torus shape. We have a torus field around our body, and it's interacting with the world around us, whether we like it or not. Whether we believe that this is true or not, it's a fact. It's how our bodies were designed, and it's incredible. And this is something that the root cause community, the holistic healing and alternative medicine community has really neglected, because we went through doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist. No one talked about this stuff. And so we are trying to demystify this and explain why this is one of the most important pieces on your healing journey. If you want to actually transform and level up and leave the old behind, we have to look at our body from the energetic standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we really are 99.9999999% energy, zero
Hmm.
point frequency. Like just if you even think about the space there between the nucleus and the electrons,
Hmm.
we're it's amazing. I feel like this has been stolen from the medical community, even the natural wellness community, to really focus that this is focusing on the root cause of the root cause. If we don't look at energy first and foremost, we're wasting our time, aren't we? Just
Yeah.
shooting in the dark.
Yeah, yeah. I just was envisioning how if we have an empty battery and we're over here trying to, attack things with
Mm,
antibiotics and heavy herbs and all this stuff, but we have no battery charge
mm,
left. When you think of when a star dies, it gets bigger and explodes. And so when we
wow.
think of swelling in the body, like a swollen ankle, that's a lack of energy. And so what do we see across the board in the world right now? Puffy, swelling,
Mm,
overweight. Everyone's looking for answers to these problems, and that's inflammation. And if we're not actually looking at where the lack of energy is coming from and how we can help buffer that and balance that and have more than enough energy and balance our energy so we can have that full battery and not explode.
Mm,
This is imperative. And this is why things like quantum biology are taking off. And we want to show
mm.
you this is not woo-woo.
And
This is, yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to back up to that. You said the word buffering, and I don't know, I just had this aha moment that I haven't had before of ibuprofen, buffering. Do you hear that buff in there? And
Mm-hmm.
how really that is an electron donor.
Wow.
It's just using chemicals and whatever. But
And a lot of
okay,
bad side effects.
keep going. But that's what people use to take, they do take that. I mean, we don't, but I don't take that, but to reduce inflammation,
Yeah.
buffering. I love that. So it just was an aha moment. I had to jump in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Very incredible. And you were just talking about electrons with the new
Mm,
rain. And that's a part of Solex, but today we're really
wow.
focusing in on the AO scan.
Yeah.
And we want to show you this is not crazy. This is not insane.
No.
There's the Kirlian photography has been around for years and years and years. You can see the energy coming off of a hand. It's a way to do photography where you can see energy. And there's been documentation showing how if you cut a leaf, how we have the shape, you can see
Mm,
the shape of a leaf right there on the screen if you're watching this. And when you cut a leaf, the shape of the energy is still going to be there. So if you can
mm,
imagine like phantom limbs, if someone is
yes.
missing a limb, they still have the feeling there. The energy is still there. This is like you're going to see as we go into the bioresonance side of this. When we're missing something like a gallbladder or we've had a surgery where an organ was removed, people will often ask, well, why is that still showing up on my scan? You are energy. The bulk of you is energy. And so
Mm,
things are going to still register as energy in the body. This is just a great visual when you look up Kirlian photography. And just so important to remember, the bulk of what we want to focus on for everyone across the board is energy.
mm. Yeah, I always think of the salamander too. I think it's a salamander
Mm,
that can regrow its tail, right?
yes,
And
yes,
the energy there at that point when the tail breaks off, there's good electromagnetic field, like the energy that the salamander has. We all have potential. We
yes.
have an amazing potential, but it seems like again, I feel like it's an aha moment instead of people, giving themselves good frequency and good energy, they tend to use the heaviest oxidation,
Hmm.
radiation, to like kill off that energy. Anyway, it's such a
Yeah.
different, I feel like we just do so much good without, yeah. Anyway, let's keep
Yeah.
going. But
We want to
just,
do good without so
mm,
much harm. And there is a
yeah,
place for the
absolutely.
medical system, but
Mm-hmm.
we have to look, I mean, we're kind of at a point in where we are with our society. We don't have a lot of wiggle room. We're already to the point of almost a dead battery for most
Yeah,
people. We're already so
you can see it.
just drained, the biofield. I mean, just thinking
Mm-hmm.
about how the electromagnetic field of the earth has shrunk
Mm,
so much. We hardly have any energy from the earth anymore. So going out and grounding is awesome, but it's nothing compared to what it was 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1,000 years ago. If you can imagine how
yeah.
much more of a charge people had before
Mm-hmm.
all of the diminishing effects that have happened to the earth. And then like we're going to see in a couple of slides, all of the stuff around us that is stealing electrons, stealing our
Mm-hmm.
health.
And
So,
we can, I just want to say one more thing. We can
yeah.
just see it when you look around, whether you're at a store or you walking in your neighborhood, don't you just see people? They are drained batteries.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, so we have such a gift to be able to help people with their energy. So let's keep going. I love this
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Emoto.
I mean, we've got
Mm,
to just another one. I just wanted to bring this to some visuals. If you're listening to this and not watching, look up Masaru Emoto. Um, he did water experiments of speaking words or writing words on paper, putting them on to water, and then looking at the molecular structure and seeing how words impact water. Love, thank you, wisdom, compassion, these beautiful words and intentions actually restructure water to make it beautiful. Things like heavy metal music and mean things, I don't even want to say the mean
Mm-mm.
things, make the water chaotic and ugly and scrambled. So if you can envision, you are primarily water. You know, water is a huge, important factor in your health. The way that your thoughts and your words and frequency, which we're really diving into today, is frequency, how it affects you, it's impacting all that water in your body. And if you've looked into quantum biology at all, you have what's called an exclusion zone,
Mm.
and that's your battery pack. And so if you can, I mean, what's the difference if your battery pack looks like what it looks like here on the screen for heavy metal music? Ugh, that's not
Mm.
very good. We want to switch
Mm-hmm.
things, bring in more love, more compassion, um,
Yeah.
and all the
And
goodness.
I had someone even this week just telling me how, his father, was saying all these horrible things to him. And what was interesting to me, because his father had been an alcoholic, and this is an
Mm,
older man, not older, but like older than me. And he said his whole life, he was said that, well, you think about it, the things we talk about as our whole life when we're a child. And so we really have a lot of subconscious programming that we need
yes.
to, which we're going to get into today too, but just helping us see, no, that's not our whole life. That's not who we are. We are not, we are, and start speaking the positive. This is
And
who we are.
changing out the programming of what has been just instilled into us from childhood and even inherited and switch it. We don't have to be stuck in lack for our whole life. We don't have to identify with a diagnosis for our whole life.
Mm,
This is empowerment. What we're sharing today is empowerment to help you actually take this technology and transform your life in every possible way.
mm.
Most
So,
of us are in need of a frequency tune-up and a recharge battery. Like we said, you know, if we could see on our body a little check engine light, like we could on our car, we'd be like, okay, we got to take stuff seriously. But most people wait until it's like detrimental. You know, wouldn't you say most people
hmm
come to us when they're kind of at the brink
yeah.
of not having any other options. They've tried it
hmm
all.
People are always saying, well, how do you get your clients, Debbie? And it's like, well, after they've tried every known thing that they could do and they're not
Hmm.
better, and then we're like, okay, let's go down to the foundation. The shifts happen. The
Yeah.
subtle, gentle shifts happen and things start changing in the right direction.
But we want to scoop people up before that
Yes,
happens because we know how bad it
absolutely.
feels to be at rock bottom. And it's not a fun place to dig yourself out of. So if you're not there yet,
Don't
start
go there.
taking this
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't wait for that check engine light.
Mm-mm.
And hmm.
Yeah.
So we're energetic beings. The frequencies we're exposed to, the words we've been exposed to, the frequencies, the energies, the Wi-Fi can either be healing or harmful. Just like
Hmm.
bacteria. There's good bacteria, there's harmful bacteria. Same thing with frequency, same thing with words, same everything. So
Hmm.
with this technology, the AOSCAN, we use the power of good frequencies and documented frequencies to help bring your body back to balance and to harmony so you can find those new levels of wellness and balance.
Yes. And so this is for you. If you have tried everything and you're wanting that real change and real transformation in your life, if you want more balance and more abundance and coherence and peace in your life, if you're ready to harness the power of your subconscious mind and stop letting it rule your life in the ways you don't want it to and actually change out the programming. If you're ready to finally get to the real root causes of your health issues and money blocks, this is the technology for you. You know, when we think about like the law of resonance, everything in our world is vibrating and is interconnected. And so when we have this ability to take something that can shift our energy and help us resonate with things like abundance and health and coherence, we are going to see things start shifting. I know in my life, I started feeling like I was a magnet where I was all of a
Mm,
sudden repelling all of the things that didn't align with what my future and my destiny needs and attracting all of the good. getting into alignment with the things that needed to change and finding the answers. And it's just been a domino effect. Still, over 4 years later, I never can see myself not using
Yeah.
this technology because of how I continue to have 180 after 180 after 180 in my life. Wouldn't you say?
It's amazing. I like this. Yes, absolutely. And like attracts like energy, like
Hmm.
cures like uh, ener energy is everything. It really is. Energy is everything. I'm so thankful for our tuning forks that we've used in the past, but now it's nice to, I saw my little grandbaby, your little daughter
Yes.
using a tuning fork. And it's like, okay, that's with the AOSCAN, we're able to use and scan to see which tuning fork frequencies we need and use our
Hmm.
AO tunes. And it's so easy for animals, for humans, for friends. But anyway, just seeing that visual just made me see how much simpler, how much easier our life is, not having to do the tuning forks. And we still can if we want to, but
Yeah. It was so
yeah,
sweet seeing her use them. She just
so sweet.
was like gently dinging them and then having us listen to the sound and kind of waving them around and going, la la la.
Mm,
Such a little sweetie.
so
Okay.
sweet.
So this is stuff, it's not crazy, it's not brand new. This stuff has actually been around, this particular technology has been around over 40 years. And it's based on the works of frequency pioneers like Nikola Tesla.
Mm-hmm. And when we start talking about this, I want you to think about those of you who are, my age or what 56 or you when you or older or young around our age, my age. Um, I never thought, did you guys ever think we would be using this type of device when we used to have our corded phones and have the long cord and walk from one room to another with the cord? This is like we I'm just so excited about the AO scan that we're actually able to take what we were using for only our phones, we're actually able to empower people with a frequency generating technology. A lot of people ask, well, what's the difference between a Rife machine and the AO scan? Those of you who know about Rife, they're they're documented frequencies, but they also use a harsh waveform and intensity. So with AO scan, we do have all of the Rife frequencies, but we're using it very subtly and gently to nudge the body, and sound therapy and so much more just at the touch of a button. It's
Hmm.
really unbelievable, just seeing how sci-fi, Jetsons, I don't know, just to think about things from then
Star
to
Trek.
now. Star Trek, amazing. So yeah, it's all documented and real.
Yeah. Documented and real, and it feels like it combines all of the technologies. I
Mm,
mean, I was just listening to our call this week, and Juliana was saying how she doesn't even look at the competition anymore because it's like there's nothing that is
nothing.
competition.
There's nothing. We've
Lauren has
been
done
there.
his due diligence.
Yes.
Lauren has done his
Thank you,
his
Lauren.
researching.
Mm, yeah.
We are set apart. And so today we're just going to go over how you can optimize and release and reprogram with the AO scan. It is more than just Rife. It is
Hmm.
more than just sound therapy.
Hmm. And it's more than just scanning. A lot of times people are like, well, why do I want to scan? I just want to see what's wrong in my body. That last slide says we can optimize.
Hmm.
So the AO scan is a practitioner grade, used to be $38,000, a practitioner grade bioresonance subscription instead of having a big bulky device. So it
Hmm.
enables you and your clients or whoever you want to empower with this, you as a practitioner, you as a parent, you as a pet owner, to run unlimited scans, not just for yourself, but for as many people as you have time for, which we can talk about later, to optimize and balance your body in every scan, and then create custom sound therapy based on
Hmm.
imbalances found in your voice. And then we're able to imprint and broadcast frequencies. I think we really want to highlight the inner voice today because
Yes.
the results we've had have been amazing.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
you said, I mean, this was once only available for $38,000. And that's something a practitioner or a doctor would take a loan
Mm-hmm.
out for or purchase this big thing to have in their practice. so that people like us could go drive to them. I did this in my practice. I had a
Yeah.
$15,000 bioresonance tech. And when I found the AOSCAN and saw how, oh, this is what I've been praying for, people can do this at
Superior.
home, and this blows this out of the water. What I had
Out of
was
the
like
water.
archaic compared to this. It's just incredible.
So incredible.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to just go
yeah,
ahead?
just to optimize, well, just how I used to drive you guys up to a practitioner up in Oceanside way
Mm-hmm.
back in like 2007, 2000, 2008, I think we started. And to be able to, not for the price of one appointment, be able to empower someone to help their clients, their family, to optimize vitals, comprehensive, the entire body systems, whether it's their hormones or the endocrine system. You can focus on your digestive system, not
Mm-hmm.
just scanning, but helping optimize energetically. It's phenomenal. It's unmatchable. I mean, we've already been using frequency for MRIs or CT scans, or they used to use X-rays more, but we're using frequency to help nudge the body to balance instead of just scanning to see what's wrong with high frequencies. I feel like those technologies scan people to see what drugs and surgery they can offer.
Mm-hmm.
I I feel like with the AO scan, we can say, okay, what changes can you make in your diet, in your lifestyle, with frequencies, with energy? Make these changes with your mindset,
Mm-hmm.
non invasive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so we're not going to go into it so much where we normally would talk about more like how it's like energetic lab work and
Mm-hmm.
seeing like the MRI side of things with the scan because ultimately what you need to know is you have all of this at the touch of a button if you want to pay attention to it. You can run your hormone panel. You can see what's going on in the itty bitty parts of your body and your brain and your DNA and your chromosomes. To me, it makes more sense to scan and just know that when I scan, it optimized my whole body. So every single day, it's like a treatment. It's not actually a treatment. I
Mm.
can't say it's
No,
cure, treating, or preventing, but it's like going to a wellness center where I just had an optimizing frequency session for everything, everything in my
amazing,
body.
phenomenal, unmatchable.
Balancing your
Mhm.
meridians and your chakras and your organs and every little detail. So to me, it's not the most important thing for the average person to be analyzing your scans because every day you are doing something to better your life and bring your body back to homeostasis.
I just teach everyone scan every day and listen to your inner voice and imprint your water. Keep it simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then add in mind sync too. Reprogram that subconscious mind. So if anyone's thinking, why would I need this? I mean, I hope by now you are like, oh yeah, I need this. I don't know how anyone could think they don't need support in this life. But if you don't live someplace like this, where you can go out in nature and there is no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no power cords, no satellites above you, and you can get in a nice little cold plunge or sauna every day. There's very few people who get to live out in somewhere so nice and nature-like this. You most likely live someplace like this.
Mm. I do love living in the city, but we have to be, yeah, balancing ourselves every day, multiple times a day sometimes.
Yeah, if we could see the energetic fields coming off of all of this, off of the lights, off of the Wi-Fis. I mean, how many Wi-Fis are
Mm.
probably just in that one tiny little picture? It is, it is very smoggy.
Mm-hmm.
If we can see the smog in LA and now in San Diego, there's a lot of smog,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't see these invisible frequencies.
Yeah.
Our bodies know they're there, though. Our mitochondria actually act like little antennas. They're picking up on all of this. And
Oh my goodness.
and
I love
look at
these
this.
visuals. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we have to think about it. What are we eating? What are we drinking?
Mm.
What are we thinking? What are we around? What type of people are we hanging out with? What's the stress at
Mm.
work like? What are we doing to mitigate that?
Mm. Such good visuals. Well, the AO scan is our answer. It's the great way to start is just start scanning every day and optimizing to help mitigate the effects of our toxic world. It will
Mm-hmm.
show on your AO scan, what other things you can add in, which we'll get into too at the end. I think we have a testimony with like our foot detox, or
Mm.
like we showed earlier, the rain and the mat and the wand
Mm-hmm.
and different things, because there's a whole spectrum of frequencies like you saw there showing the city. There's not just radio frequencies, there's not just electromagnetic field. We have to be giving ourselves good frequencies across the entire spectrum of the light.
Yes.
So just like we
Yes.
see sound waves repattern sand and water, the AO scan frequency helps repattern our body. So when you've seen the somatics, you've seen like the sand. I think we've done some visuals of that on our
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. That same thing is happening inside your body. So if someone
Yeah.
says, I don't believe in that, I don't believe, okay, well, it's science, it's provable. It's
Yeah.
just like
I
we
mean,
showed
even the
Emoto.
video I just did the other day, you can even do this experiment if you
Mm,
have a physical tuning fork. If you can take a
the water.
camera and watch some water in slow motion when you dip a tuning fork that's been
Yeah.
going into the water, you're going to see patterns coming off of the water in the water because sound influences everything. And that's just a visual of water. We're not seeing how that's impacting our biofield, our
Mm,
cells. Sound, that's why people go to sound baths. That's not crazy. That's not woo-woo. When you go sit in a room with sound, it changes you.
mm.
It changes you.
It changes you. And that's why when you have our on the AO scan, there is a grounding where you want to listen to that. Listen to the
Mm.
grounding and listen to the ocean water or the birds chirping or the nature.
But I did have a question recently. Someone said they were deaf and they
Mm,
can't understand when they hear, or she said, could this still work for me if I just have the vibrations, if I just have it?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Whether you hear this or not,
Mm,
these frequencies, this is all invisible. We get the luxury of listening to inner voice that we're going to talk about here. But this stuff, I mean, when you run the frequencies, there's no distance to how I have a frequency playlist running for myself right now. It's going to my body even though the sound is not on. It
mm-hmm,
is repatterning my body to align with what I chose in that playlist. And so
mm,
you will have the ability to run frequencies to your body, just like we see with the tuning fork and how it's impacting water. These frequencies are going to impact you.
yeah. And you just think about a ripple effect when you drop a stone in a clear pool. You see the pattern or the
Yeah,
pattern
the
going out,
ripples, yeah.
the ripple effect, and the same thing with our voice. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe once we speak words, they just keep going and going and going and going and going out
Yeah,
into
they never
eternity.
stop.
So it's really important that we take this all seriously. I
Mm-hmm.
love that we have the homeopathic remedies at the touch of a button. We've been really using cell salts. Those of you who have the AO scan and you are doing playlists, make a playlist of all the cell salts and run that to yourself and to everyone in your list
Yeah.
if you can. Um, that's
That
what
is
we're made of.
powerful for your skin, your bones, your teeth, your
Teeth, yeah.
connective tissue. I know when I first started doing this every night, so I have a cell salt playlist and then I add in a couple other minerals. Um, and I run this to my family all night, every night
Mm-hmm.
now because I have seen such
Yeah.
massive changes
Shifts, yeah.
in teeth and detoxing. This has really initiated a lot of detoxing. So
Mm.
maybe go slow, maybe don't do all night like I started out
And
with.
just
But
2 minutes a day.
yeah, this is
Start with
powerful stuff though. And
that. Hmm.
I wanted to show this visual of these homeopathics that you can buy at the store and show you because those are just frequency. Those are just frequencies in little sugar pellets.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
You,
not like buying an herb. You're actually buying the energy, the
yes.
frequency in a sugar pellet.
And so now you will have a homeopathic generator by
Mm.
having this frequency subscription. I mean, you just set it on the screen and imprint it. Solex sells the blank sugar pellets just like you would buy at the store, except you
Hmm.
get to imprint it with your own frequencies. Oh, look, there you've got some on the screen.
There you have some. Here's our sugar pellet that you can, if you
Awesome.
have an in practice, a practice where you want to send people home with
Yeah.
the sugar pellets, and then they can take them.
Which you don't even have to have. You can imprint this into your water, take a little shot of water. You can
Hmm.
imprint it into a bracelet. You can just send it right to your body. It's not like you have to have that, but like you can see on the screen here, you can infuse frequencies into virtually anything. I mean,
Yeah,
people imprint their
the bracelets
contacts.
are
Hmm.
Cybin bracelets. Your
Which
tea,
this
herbal tea.
month, if you're in December 2025, the beautiful bear agate bracelet, agate, did I say that right?
Agate.
The bear agate bracelet comes free with your order if you get a bundle and a
Hmm.
subscription, which is great for imprinting, and Cybin has those negative ions. And
That one's
anyways,
beautiful. I think it's my favorite, and I don't
it's
have.
my
That's the only one I
favorite.
don't have.
I think I'm gonna buy two more so I
Oh
can
my
stack
goodness.
three.
We like stacking our bracelets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cybin. But you can
Yes.
imprint them and wear them. Your pets, you can imprint their Cybin collars.
Mm-hmm. And
So
they're
voice
waterable.
analysis. Okay, Caitlin, this is it. This is the key. I mean, when you were having so much trouble, I think was it diagnosed as PTSD when you were
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Um,
It was diagnosed as PTSD, and I remember walking away like, okay, so now what?
right. Sort of like when you
Like,
had Lyme,
thanks.
I was like, okay, yay, now what? What do we do?
Yeah.
Because I could, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No,
Voice
just
analysis.
I was really struggling with anxiety, panic attacks, PTSD, depression, a lot going on. There was a lot happening in my life and there was a lot of trauma, and I didn't know what to do. I got to this place of desperation. And so if you've
Yeah,
listened to my story at all, um you know I cried out to God. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I have a sauna. I've done all the parasite cleansing. I've
yeah,
done, all the root cause stuff. I've tried everything alternative. I've gone to physical therapy. I've gone to a psychologist. Like, I tried
yeah.
everything,
Injection in your spine and different
which was
things.
a
Yeah.
dumb mistake. I shouldn't have done that. That made everything
Yeah.
worse. But I
Mm,
literally felt the Lord tell me to search Christian energy healing. Because this was, if you come from a religious background at all, this is stuff that's kind of hard to wrap your head around because we're kind of taught, right, that this
mm,
is not okay. And so that's why on my page personally, I love to demystify this
yeah.
for people of faith because it's not scary, it's not woo-woo, it's not evil. This is how God made us. And so I searched that and came across Releasing Trapped Emotions,
Yeah.
the emotion code, which led me to the AOSCAN. And it was such a God thing. It
Yeah.
came at the perfect time and was my answer to prayer to be able to close my brick and mortar practice and go virtual. It was my answer to prayer. It helped me, I no longer have any anxiety, any depression, any PTSD, any of that stuff. I can drive my car on the freeway and not freak out. I can drive my car and not have a panic
And
attack.
amazing. Yeah.
And so that's what
Life
we're talking
changing.
about.
Yeah.
Life changing. Yes.
Mm.
So what is inner voice?
Well, I want to just jump to the glasses too when we're going to go
Oh,
into
okay,
because the
sure.
lightwave optical glasses that are going to go with your inner voice, they're going to come in your bundle. That's chromotherapy. And when I was first helping Caitlin with Lyme disease, alternatively, we were also connected with the autism community, and a lot of them were using this chromotherapy. They were driving
Mm-hmm.
up to LA and spending, I think, between $1,200 to $2,500 for glasses. And then months later, they would need a new color. So I love that Solix has all 12 of these chromotherapy colors that match your voice, that match what's going on in your voice so you know exactly what to wear, exactly what to
Mm-hmm.
use. And it is going to change because we want things to be changing, we want to be
Yeah.
shifting. So, and it's such a affordable to everyone. Even if all they had was the glasses, it's amazing.
Yeah, something that's really common that comes up with reports and with all this stuff is people are like, well, why is everything changing every day? And I always respond like that's a really, really good thing.
Yeah.
If stuff was static and not changing, that's when we
Yeah.
get the symptoms. That's when stuff manifests in the physical. We want to catch stuff as it's shifting and keep nudging it back to balance every day. And so it's a tough concept to wrap your head around when we've been taught lab work, and like as if that's set in stone to get your lab work done, when that's actually kind of a picture of what, okay, here's what's manifested physically.
Mm.
we're not preventing anything. We this is taking strides in planning out or setting yourself up for a better future in your
Yeah.
life because we're catching things before they turn into the physical.
Amazing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the inner voice, when you talk for 10 seconds, that's your voice is like a lie. It's like a lie detector test.
Hmm.
Your voice holds the secrets to your balancing, to helping your body heal itself. Your inner voice technology is used to design to release trapped emotions, which we used to do through muscle testing and through emotion code by analyzing the frequencies with your voice. And the voice is an expression of both our conscious and subconscious emotions. Every time we speak or we sing, we're emitting a series of musical notes and frequencies that reflect not only what we're saying, but also how we feel about what we're saying. You guys know that, right? When you
Yeah.
hear somebody talking on the phone, you can hear in their voice if they're sad, if there's somebody you know really well, especially, or if they're hurt, or if they're happy, or if they're joyful. You can hear it in their voice. Well, this can, even if you're trying to cover up your emotion, this can pick up the subconscious of what's going on really behind the scenes and help you have custom balancing frequencies and tones and music using, I love the cinematic music they have now, 432
Yes.
hertz. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, when they launched that in September, that was like so cool because I had been just looking into and researching and reading about how when you pair listening to cinematic music with
Mm,
envisioning your future, it kind of creates this movie type, it kind of makes it like a movie where you can actually get into the flow of
yeah,
attracting that future and how powerful it is for creating your future and aligning with, what are the desires on your heart? What are the things you're called to? When you start listening to this cinematic, if you were just to listen to just cinematic music on its own, it has a powerful effect. But this is cinematic with the exact tones you need specifically to, in my mind, it's like canceling out the doubt, canceling out those negative thoughts that are like trying to trying to convince you that you're not good enough or you can't do it. This is what
yeah,
it seems to bring out people's best, most authentic self when we quiet the noise. It's so
I love it.
incredible.
Such an amazing shift. People text us all the time, whether it's helping them with sleep or their energy. People feel like they're breathing
Hmm.
more deeply. People tell me they don't know why they were mad at their husband anymore. People tell me they're so like their lives are changing. People's
Yeah.
hearts, like I have so many people that they couldn't figure out what was wrong with their heart. And I
Mm,
wonder if it was just stress that
just
the inner
emotions.
voice, the emotions, the trapped emotions that this is the only button many of my clients, all they use is the button for inner voice. And they are
Yeah.
so happy. They refer their friends to me because they're like, this inner voice is life changing. So,
And that's
no,
important to remember. Even if this was all you did, you would be
yeah,
getting more than your money's worth. I mean, when I was the first introduction I had to sound therapy with voice analysis was with a psychologist, and she was charging hundreds of dollars for one session, and I only got to listen to a few minutes of music while I was at her practice. Did not get to take it home. And so for just this, it's a non-negotiable in my mind, and for so many of our team now and our clients and our friends. And you mentioned the heart, and it's so interesting. Dr. Bradley Nelson just came out with his third book, The Heart Code, and I've been reading through it and
yeah,
making through the book, and it's all about how these emotions can actually lodge themselves around our heart and how powerful it is to release emotions from our body because it frees up the heart.
yeah.
And if we're having a blockage of energy in our heart meridian, around our heart, it's going to block us from love. It's going to block us from success. It's going to block us from friendships. It's going to block us from everything. Can't you see such a huge
Mm.
difference in me from 4 years ago?
In you, in me, in
And
everyone who's
everybody.
using this. If they're, I can tell if people are really using their AOSCAN.
Oh,
You
I
can
know.
just tell. There is such a shift. There's a confidence built.
Yes.
There's success that follows.
Yes.
there's success that follows. It can't help because, yeah, it's amazing.
And
So,
you can't
mhm,
help but change your life when you change your
yeah,
frequency. There is no, if you're really changing your thoughts, changing
yeah.
your subconscious mind, raising your frequency, releasing the trapped emotions, the only times I've seen this not shift people is if they are committed to staying stuck. And
Mm,
that's very rare. Most people want to change.
hmm.
Your voice is holding the secrets to your healing, just like how music affects our emotions when we're watching a movie. A horror movie wouldn't be so scary without the creepy music, right? If there was funny music to a horror movie, it might make you laugh. Our
Hmm.
voice carries that emotional data that communicates our stress, our tension, our joy, or if we're balanced. When people hear me talk now, they communicate that to me. People tell me they feel calm and peaceful and like their stress relieves. That wouldn't have really been the case 4 years ago. They probably would have felt my anxiety. They probably would have felt the chaos. If you can just envision that, how do you feel when certain people speak or their presence comes in the room? When we can start shifting that, this is analyzing what's coming out of your mouth. What is the
Mm,
sound coming out of your mouth? And it doesn't have to be words. We are using this for nonverbal children. We're using this for tiny
that's
babies. When
right.
my
That's right.
baby was a newborn, I just
Yeah.
held it by her face and captured her breath.
Hmm.
This
I
is
w
working.
It is, and a lot of times with the movies that what they had the music that would make me feel like my heart racing, I just kind of turned the music down, right? Because I didn't want to hear or feel
Yeah,
scared. Um, the same thing, if you've come around people that are making your heart not feel good and you start getting used to feeling so much peace and so much calm, you'll be able to identify who you want to maybe spend less time with
yeah,
or maybe place if they're a loved one in your home or some maybe play some frequencies for them too.
yeah.
But
You'll start to become
protecting your heart,
so much more sensitive.
so you can turn that music down. I love it. There's so many things that just such a deep, rich. I mean, we could go on for hours. We could do like an all day talk about this, but we want to keep
We
it
really
short.
could. Like a 3-day webinar. Maybe we
Really,
should do that. Like, just like
just to
go
go
at
in
it, do
depth.
every
Mm,
single thing.
wow.
But this is, you speak into it for 10 seconds, it analyzes over 10,000 frequencies. So it's picking out
Yeah.
everything that's the most important for you to release in that moment in time. And we've confirmed with muscle testing multiple, there's so many emotion code, body code, belief code practitioners on our team. And we all have muscle tested and been like, yep, we released 10 emotions from this release, however many every time people are listening to this music. And so whether we are over expressing certain frequencies or there's, things that are shoved down that we
Mm-hmm.
don't want to address, this is picking up on it to create custom sound therapy specific to you.
So
It's just
amazing.
so powerful. So, the connection between sound, emotion, and creativity is super well documented. We know this. It's in science and the arts. Like we said with movies, you can see a piece of artwork and feel the emotion behind it. Music is known to have a direct effect on our brain, particularly on the limbic system. There's a lot of work out there where people are so focused on balancing their limbic system and they're not doing sound therapy. And I wonder how much easier it would be if they had inner voice. Sound
Yeah.
frequencies influence our brainwave states, and specific frequencies can actually shift the brain into that more relaxed and creative state. I feel a creative flow as soon as I put on my inner voice.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me, my dad has been painting and we're doing artwork again, and both of you guys are artists. And I haven't done any kind of painting or that type of thing in years now. And I can't wait to pick up a paintbrush again with inner voice.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Have you painted at all with inner voice
Amazing.
yet?
Not late. No, I haven't. And I want to say, like, when you were talking about how when you feel the energy of artwork too, and the chromotherapy, people who are trying
Mm,
to heal the limbic system, they've got to look at the chromotherapy too.
yeah.
Just feel your body shift when you put on these glasses, and it's specific to what you need. The voice, inner voice with the chromotherapy, with our light wave optical glasses that are perfect frequency. I know there's other colored glasses out there, but these are specific to the frequency that's in your voice.
Yeah. And pairing up with
Yeah.
that sound therapy so it's like fully cohesive for your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we need to read all of this. I just wanted to share, like, Dr. Bradley Nelson really talks about how these trapped emotions affect you and how they get trapped in the body. They have sizes. They're just a very important thing we focus on. And I did all of the trainings from Dr. Bradley Nelson. They're amazing. I love his work. I'm reading his third book now. And whether you're still doing that emotion code work or you've never tried it, this pairs with it so well. This is something I would give to my clients after a session. So much so, it helped them so much so that I started realizing I don't feel like I even need this anymore. I just need to get inner voice in the hands of as many people as I possibly can.
Mm.
So,
Wow, I am excited. I see where I see some people on here. I can't wait to share their testimonies too that have to do
yes.
with even the tones for horses and um so hang on here. We got you guys there. Oh my word, I knew this was the next slide. Oh,
Yes, it's
so
not just
Karen,
for helping humans.
yeah.
It's for also helping animals. And I think at the end, we're going to have some testimonies come on.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
anything
see.
else?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I see Karen's on here twice. I don't know which one will open up for you. So let me know. Maybe delete one of yours so I know which one to open at the end because she's gonna share a testimony about Wonder, her horse. It's
Amazing. Yeah,
amazing.
but the AOSCAN can be used on
Mm,
dogs and cats, chickens, any kind of animal. And just you'll get to hear how amazing that is. So
mm.
the AOSCAN is the missing piece. This is the quantum shift that puts your healing and your abundance back into your hands. It empowers you. Are you ready to go?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
There's so much more to Solix than just the AOSCAN subscription. There's high frequency food. I know today I've already had my AO Youth for my amazing
Mm,
high frequency collagen. But they
yes.
also have the mask. I've used the mask today.
AO
Yes,
back.
the mat, the back,
Hmm.
um,
So
unlimited,
much.
the RTMS.
The
Use that
hub.
yesterday.
And we
Yeah.
have other videos and podcast episodes, all these things on these items, and we'll keep doing more education. It's fun to hear what you guys want to hear about. We just did a webinar last month all about the hub and the RTMS, and it's so powerful. We might have a testimony about that coming up as well. But we also want to share how it's not just, if you want to just get the AO scan and these products and it's just for you, that is awesome. But if you have felt a little fire get lit where you want to share this with other people, there is an opportunity where you can join us and join us as a quantum living advocate.
It's so much fun. It's
It
awesome.
is. Yeah, this is a picture of
Mm.
us when we were on the cruise
The
incentive trip
incentive cruise. Yeah.
that we earned. Um, And when you join us as a quantum living advocate, you're going to be part of a thriving community of practitioners and entrepreneurs and believers using frequency for freedom, impacting lives while creating overflow income. It is so, so empowering and so incredible.
hmm So we give you the training tools. Thank you, Caitlin. Not only does Solix have their basic training included, but she made an incredible getting to know your AO scan and also some business courses for us, for those of you who want to join as a quantum living advocate. If you only want to use the AO scan, getting to know the AO scan mobile is also yours for free as
Yes.
part of our team.
Yeah, you get incredible support no matter how you sign up. But we want you to know that you do have business training available if this is something that you want to create a business out of. And I would suggest that you really consider it because once you start scanning and once you start using these tools, it is really hard to keep your mouth shut. You want to scan everybody and everyone's dog and everyone's cat and everyone's horse, and you're like, let me scan you. And then people see the power of this and they say, oh, I slept better. Oh, my body feels like
Mm,
it realigned. Oh, I attracted all this abundance. And they're like, how do I get what you have? And so if you have a link ready to go to share with them, it's incredible. I mean, I just wanted
Yes.
to share some of the stuff that you get when you join our team. We've poured a lot into
Hmm.
this. We have, I mean, I don't even know where to start talking about
Yeah.
what we've put into all of this training, but here's a little breakdown of kind of what you get when you sign up with a bundle and a subscription. You can get started for as low as $5.98 with your bundle and subscription. And then after that, it's a monthly AOSCAN subscription cost of $149 a month. That is a no-brainer. When you think of how many things you are paying for, practitioner-wise, sessions, just to go to one bioresonance scan is going to cost you that.
Hmm.
With the supplements they send you home with versus doing unlimited scans for your whole family and all your pets in a month.
And and for the practitioners who want to really up level their practice and help
Yeah.
more patients, it's amazing.
It is
Yeah.
incredible. So, if you have any questions about signing up, I'm sure there will be links. And we're also going to open up quickly for any questions. If anyone does have any, go ahead and type them in the chat. Is
Okay.
there a spot for the chat?
Yeah. And then I think we have people ready to share a couple testimonies. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh, and you
from
also get my Instagram success formula for free when you join us in the business as a quantum living advocate. So, when you're wanting to go and share about what you're learning and how people can sign up with you, uh, you get those trainings.
awesome. Well, I think we have Karen ready to chat. She
Okay.
is, I think, is it, let's see, do we have to stop sharing the screen?
Oh, let me do that.
There she is. She will be rejoining the webinar as a panelist. And so, Karen, I think she's out with her horse Wonder right now. And then
Amazing.
after Karen, we have Sam and then Kathleen. So let's see.
I'll go ahead and
Karen.
mute mine.
Okay, here we go. And unmute Karen. Ask to start video. Let's see, there she is.
Ah, did
Awesome.
it.
Welcome.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Oh,
And
Karen,
what a great source of information this whole video has been.
I am so thankful for you and just your meeting you at Day of Discovery in person.
Yes,
And I loved hearing how you've been helping horses. And I know a friend of ours like introduced you to AOSCAN.
right.
And could you just tell us what you've seen happen with maybe
Sure.
Wonder or yeah.
Yeah. Wonder is probably my, obviously he's my horse, so he's the one that's closest to my heart. But they all are so. But yeah, so when we started scanning Wonder, I was having a lot of issues with his trigeminal neuralgia that he's had for like 10 years. And we've always managed it with medication, but it's a very tricky um, thing with horses, especially because they can't really verbally tell you what's going on, obviously. So you just have to really be in tune and watch their behavior and, just how they're interacting. So I noticed we had made a move uh, and he was in a situation that he could not really be touching another horse. He could see horses, and there were horses next to him, but he just couldn't touch or uh, commune with them very well. There was a hot wire basically between the two paddocks, and anyways, I just started noticing his anxiety level had increased so much. He was, I'd turn him out to run, and it would seem like he was all excited and being happy. But and that's just on video, which you could make it look like that. But what was really happening, he was just completely stressed out. And so he was just running off a lot of energy, and he would start doing a lot of weaving, which is kind of a habit that horses have when they get anxious or nervous. And then the thing that showed up on his scan in the beginning was that he was lonely and basically depressed. And so we started doing scans, or we started doing the frequencies for him. And the other gal would do it from her house. She initially did the first one, and then she did them from her house, and then I would play them for him through Messenger. So he was listening to the frequencies, and I was listening to the frequencies. And so just after a week, we saw just a remarkable difference in his demeanor. He became more loving. He was quiet. He seemed like he was calming down. So it was just, I couldn't deny it. I mean, I already had a good grasp of the frequency healing just because I'm already in holistic health. I was already in holistic health for a number of years. So I picked up on it really fast.
Yeah.
And so I was said, I'm ready. Let's let's do it. And so I became a QLA, and so I've continued on with the scanning with him. In fact, I just did one this morning to see kind of where he's at, and he had a few imbalances. It took a few times, but we got him cleared and balanced, and
Mm.
he's out there now. I don't know if you can see him. There he is,
Oh.
the big boy. And he's just a super happy camper. And we moved him, by the way. We
Mm.
moved him out of that situation, and he was able to be around a lot of other horses, and he was being
Wow.
scanned constantly. So it was just a really great uh, thing to watch and see. And then,
Mm.
of course, now I'm doing it on myself. So, and other
Mm.
people too. So I love it. It's just become, you know, the missing, kind of the missing link in my life. And for my
Mm.
dogs too, I scan my dogs and keep them programmed. They have a lot of food allergies. And so I scan them pretty much every morning to see if what meat is okay for them to eat, because that seems to be one of the triggers. So yeah,
Amazing.
so it's great. I love it for all of us.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful.
And Karen, I see you posting how happy Wonder is on your
Yes,
Facebook. And this has
yeah,
been months. Hasn't he been so much happier for months now?
so much happier.
Yeah.
Yes, just um, he's still on his medication. I have to say that, but I have decreased it so much.
Wow.
And I work with a vet. She's known him for a number of years, so and she's very open. And so, actually, I hope to get her on board someday.
Wow.
But
Well, thank you.
yeah,
And
anyways,
congratulations on
thank you.
hitting bronze and sharing
Ah,
this
thank
with
you. Yes,
everyone you know, your chiropractor, your friends, because they
yes,
all need this. So thank you, Karen.
absolutely.
I'm
Yes, thank you, Debbie, for all your
super,
support too. You and
super
Caitlin.
grateful. Thank you. Oh, and we're
Okay,
gonna
thank you.
we're gonna go ahead and add Sam. Thank you again, Karen.
Okay,
I'm gonna replace you with let's see if we can get Sam. I am so grateful. You might, I don't know if it's gonna make you log out and log back in, Sam, or not, but do this. There we go. Yay. So I think Sam's been using there you are, the scan for, sorry, I'm trying to make you a spotlight. There we go. Yay. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Oh, hey, good. So, yeah, so we we were working under Allie and Allison Daniels and she was really good. She's really into this technology. Um, we kind of got into it because my friend Charles, he's 77, and he has the onset of Alzheimer's right now, and he also had a foot problem as well, which stemmed from a case of rheumatoid arthritis that started 10 years ago. We are by, I guess you could say, trade or our tendencies as energy healers. So we are energy healers, and but we're also extremely engineering minded. So everything is very documented. It's like, how do we do that? How do we reproduce that? And so when we initially met with Ali to kind of understand Solex, and I would say that she was really good in helping us understand the tool, understanding how to use the tool, and she had a lot of the products which we were able to test. And so I have like really, I guess you say there's multiple use cases where we really had great improvements. So the quickest one is I went to my mom after we had experimented with the technology, and she had swelling in both of her legs. That's been a major problem for her for a long time. Nothing was really helping with that at all. And so I went and I said, I'm going to take the AO mask, the AO Flex, and the AO glove, over to her along with the terahertz wand. And what we did is we put the terahertz wand on her left leg, no, right leg, terahertz wand on her right leg for about 50 minutes or so, stationary on the stand, pointing at her leg, and then we put the AO Flex. I wrapped it around her right leg and put it on blue with IR for about 60 minutes, so 3 sessions of
Wow.
20 minutes. And within an hour of just that, just an hour of that, um, she said that her vagus nerve calmed down
Wow.
and that the fibrotic tissue in her leg, so it was like, kind of scaly and not smooth, completely smoothed out within 60 minutes. Which what she was so excited about that. A couple of weeks later, she said, I need to buy the AO Flex. And so she bought the AO Flex, and now she's using that because it covers her whole leg. And so instead of, she was trying to use a face mask, which like a hard face mask,
Oh.
and she was trying to put it over her leg, and it was taking her hours to do it because it wasn't flexible, and it didn't really wrap around. And but yeah, she was, if she had the money, she would have bought the wand as well, because she loved both of those. For the wand, I put it on my wrists, and I didn't know that, but I put it on my wrists, and when I was at Allie's house, just to see what the world would happen. And I noticed that the three main wrinkles that were in my hand had completely disappeared after, like, I don't know, 24 hours or so. So it wasn't immediate, but I like went home, and the next day I was like, where's the wrinkles? Like, I was like,
We all want that.
what happened? So,
Wow.
and then I also used the terahertz wand on my foot, and so I'm slightly overweight, and I know what my levels are. I know what they're supposed to be, and they're a little overweight. And I had these socks. Well, the socks, they, they acted kind of like compression socks, but they're just normal socks. And because my legs are just a little bit thicker because of the like my weight's just a little above what I want it to be. I mean, we're only talking like 50 pounds above, but it's still enough. And so what would happen is after I take my socks off, my legs would feel like the socks were still on my legs, even though I'd
Wow.
taken the legs off, the socks off. Well, the funny thing is I went to Allie's house, and when I did the terahertz one, back in October, I had just put it on my right foot because I had fungus, and I was trying to see what it would do about the fungus, right? Like, everything is accidental, right? So I put the wand on my leg and my foot, and the next day I noticed, I'm like, why does my skin not feel tight on my right
Wow.
foot? And so I was so excited. I went back to Ellie's house, and then I did it on my left foot, and then it just went away. So it took the skin tissue that was really tight and wasn't, flexible, and it made that like become flexible. And so now, I mean, we're
Amazing.
talking. I did that for 30, maybe 50 minutes, like once or
Wow.
twice, and I haven't had it come back. It just kind of went away. But the amazing thing, so with my friends, like I said, he's has Alzheimer's. We've been using RTMS on him quite frequently, and we've been mostly using the brain fog because that's the one that seemed like what he needed for a while, and we've used that for a couple of weeks, and he's had pretty good results. And now we're going to the Alzheimer's program directly about 4 times a day, and just kind of running it over and over and over again, and looking at and seeing how he improves. Um, but the other thing is, and this is probably what I would say, so I don't know if you can see it, but this is his foot.
Ooh, ow.
And
Ugh.
what had
Yeah.
happened in his foot is his basically his toes crossed over like this, and
Mm.
so back here in the bone, it was coming down and then pushing out,
Ooh.
and so these two spaces here were filled with fluid.
Mm.
So what we did is we did a combination of treatments, and and very, very early on, we were able to see that it started changing.
Wow.
This was after like a
Wow.
couple days. It just started
Wow.
changing. And what we noticed is with the AO scan, or sorry, well, we used the AO scan too, but mostly he's very into the devices. So we were able to get him to use the devices very, very consistently. And so with the devices, we use the 980 laser, and we use the 1064 laser, but we use those like once a week for like 6 minutes a piece. And we put him on the foot detox, and he's been doing the foot detox like once or twice a day, and like with hours between the two treatments, for 30 minutes with the waistband, and getting into the sweat, doing it on level 9, because above level 9 is, I don't know, like
Well, yeah.
9 is enough. So
Enough. Yeah.
yeah,
Same.
nine
Yeah.
is enough. We put the heat on 3, and all the bottom numbers are 3, and we put it for 30 minutes. So after doing this for quite a while, um, his foot started greatly improving.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
what started happening is we call it the butt, so the top butt and the lower butt. And what happened with the butt is it actually started getting to the point where, so I think I have one from about a week ago, if I can find that one. And this is almost a week ago, like a week and a
Wow.
half ago. And you could
Amazing.
see that the callus on the bottom butt, it just disintegrated. And so what we would do is he did foot soaking, and he did foot soaking for a really long time. But I think this is the latest picture we had,
Wow.
where it's just like it's so when we started with the lasers like a month ago, we could
Yeah.
because the laser shows the dot, and
Yeah.
so even though it's infrared, you could see it going through the skin because of all the
Wow.
liquid. When we try to do that now, you can't. The liquid's gone.
Wow.
Now, that wouldn't have been really that great, except the foot doctor that he'd gone to like 45 days ago said that if he was not getting improved quickly, he would wind up being immobile and have to go into a wheelchair.
Wow.
And then he saw the doctor about like a week or two ago, and he's like, you're actually improved. He didn't, that diagnosis is no longer there anymore, and his foot's improving. So the foot detox, we use the Terra wand, we use the lasers, but the foot detox, I think that thing does more than it's supposed to do. It also changed my toenail as well, on my foot after like 3 uses of the thing. So like that stuff does amazing stuff. And then of course the RTMS, and we put them on the PMF mat, and so all of that together, I believe it's a lot of frequency accelerating is what you're getting
Mm.
when you do all that.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Sam. I know this is so amazing. And we think about those swollen mitochondria, and we're just helping get the electrons donated and going and moving. And the body is so amazing when we give it what it needs. But I feel like you're doing everything, getting the full spectrum and seeing the value of the RTMS. It's not just helping his brain, it's helping his feet. The foot detox isn't just helping his feet, it's not like fraction, we're not it's amazing. So thank you for telling us all that. We're excited. Yesterday I used the foot detox because I told my husband I don't think I can go to the concert tomorrow night. Yesterday, tonight, whatever. Yesterday I said I'm just not feeling great. Did the foot detox, and I said, oh, I'm better. I'm like, what just happened? I had it on 9, and then I had 6 and 6 on the waistband, and then the bottom right, I think, is the heat for the waistband. So I had that up to the top, except for not the red, but right up. So I was really getting hot. And that is so amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Let's just keep going and sharing. And I don't want to cut you off or anything. I appreciate you, but Kathleen, if Kathleen has time to share too, I appreciate you guys sharing this. I'm gonna go like this and bring Kathleen up if she can to the panelist. And let's see, go like this. Uh-oh, let's see, Kathleen. Let's see if I can promote you to panelist. There you are. Let's see. Awesome. Can you open your camera?
Mhm.
Oh, good.
Let's see.
It's so different using this. And thank you, Karen and Sam. Just, Kathleen's been using the AOSCAN, I think like a year and a half, maybe a little longer. And I was just like, I don't think she shared her story. So let's see. To panelist Kathleen. Kathleen will be joining the webinar as a panelist. There you go. Oh, I see you. Woohoo.
Great. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Good to see
Okay,
you.
perfect. Thank you so
You.
much. Yes, I have been using the AO scan for just over a year. You had introduced it to me, Debbie, in October of 2024 when I was at my wit's end. I think we heard Katelyn talk about this a little while ago about how a lot of times people come to you guys or find this technology after visiting a million other doctors and hitting dead ends, right? And not getting well. So I've been a series of diagnoses in the last couple of years that I hit a breaking point, like literally my body shut down on June 3rd of 2024 when I had a mini stroke and my autonomic nervous system also completely shut down. I was in like adrenal failure. I had orthostatic hypotension. My blood pressure was really high or low. So I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't even sit up in bed without passing out. I was seizing a lot. There were all kinds of things that were happening with me. My body just really like it gave up. And so I had seen 26 different specialists. I wasn't able to drive after 3 months of hospital and skilled nursing, and then another 3 months of round the clock care. I finally found you. And honestly, the only reason I was even open to this is I had a really amazing chiropractor that did muscle testing with me. And he used, I didn't want to be cracked, and I told him that. But I thought I couldn't see, I had blurry vision, and I thought maybe I needed a little bit of a neck adjustment. And so he had done some things with my neck, not adjusting it, like cracking it, but like pressure point. But he did applied kinesiology. And so he was doing muscle testing, and he just kept like touching different parts of my head or my organs and telling me like what was stuck and where energy was stuck. And so then when I found you, like maybe a couple weeks after that, I was like, there's something about this energy stuck thing that I really need to learn
Yes.
more about. Yeah. And I used to tease with him and I called it voodoo magic because that's honestly what I thought
Yeah.
it was. I'm like, okay, Dr. Smith, you're going to do more voodoo magic with me today. And I've changed it now to woo woo wellness because I believe
Mm,
it is absolutely still has an element of woo woo
yeah.
to it, and woo in like a good sense too, not like a bad sense. But oh my gosh, the first time that I did a scan, and you'll remember this, Debbie, is I couldn't even listen to the music. Like it just,
Oh,
I couldn't follow conversation. I would slur my words. I couldn't hear very well. Like I heard words, but I couldn't make sense of
yeah.
it. I had really extreme brain inflammation. Um, and so the first couple of scans, what it did for me is it was like information. It gave
Mm,
me like I had such power in like the palm of my hand of like understanding what was actually going on in my body. And it was so helpful at the time when I was really like at my complete wits end. Like I had no idea what was happening to me, and who could help me. And then the best part of the scan, like this is my absolute favorite part, is that it develops a personalized playlist for you. And in that playlist is exactly the supporting notes that your body needs to come into balance. And it was through listening to my playlist that I actually felt like I was coming out of the fight or flight, like my body was actually resting and I was at peace. And I felt like literally, I just visualized all of my cells like repairing and my body healing. And it was like the first thing that literally I felt like I could be saved because I was really at a point where I just was honestly kind of giving up on
Yeah.
like life. Like I just had a hard time doing anything at all. Um and
Mm.
so it just gave me like hope. It gave me some hope when I was really stuck. And so I did that for a little while. I did that for like, just a month or so on my own, where I just tried to learn and I followed your instructions and followed the protocols of like when to scan and optimize and listen to my playlist. And it's been just so still to this day, like so amazing. And I feel like, a lot of people in the beginning said that it wasn't, that it was what they call it placebo.
Mm.
And I was like, I don't even care if it's placebo because it's working. Like, I'm all for placebo at this point, if that's what it is. But then you hear stories of like Karen and her horse, and I've used the scan on my dog, and I've heard other stories of animals. They don't know what placebo is. They don't have an ability to have a placebo effect.
Yeah.
So I know that it's not. I know that it's not placebo. I know that in my heart too. Um, so it's just been it's been really
Mm.
good. And the tools and the training and all of that you and Katelyn provide are incredible. I am still on my healing journey. I'm still like healing. I'm sharing it with other people because I love getting up in the morning and being able to share it with other people. And I'm seeing success from them and what they're doing. Um, but I'm not healed yet. I'm still on my healing journey. I want to call
Mm.
myself like 70%, maybe even 80% on some days.
Kathleen,
And
I
I'm
mean,
so thankful.
I'm so thankful. I remember when your neighbor, if I want to say the first month of the scan, saw you walking down your driveway without
Ah,
the walker.
yeah, I think I might have had my walker. Yeah, I had my walker still for a couple of months. But yes, and really amazing
Mm.
like neighborhood community that they would see me actually sit in my walker and push with my feet very, very, very slowly. Like it would take me 10 minutes just to go down. I have a very short driveway, but just to go down my driveway to get to the seat or to get to the street. Because I would get, dizzy or I'd have to sit
Yeah.
down and rest. And just standing up took so much energy. Um, and now I'm
And
driving again,
wait,
and
are you using your walker?
I haven't used my walker in since January of like almost a whole year ago. I have not used my walker. So
What?
yes, praise God.
Praise God. What a joy. And then I remember when you came here to my house and we did the laser
Yeah, on
and
my
the
hand.
mat and your hand, you were able
Yeah.
to move your
Yep,
hand
I still
better.
am. Yep.
Turning your head better after I want to say the hub and the mat or the hub maybe.
We did the hub and the mat. Yeah.
And just the all of so again, we're
Yeah.
looking at the full spectrum
Yeah.
of light from radio frequencies with the foot detox and PMF and all the lasers and the light therapies and the sound. So thank you
Yeah.
for sharing it. Thank you for
Yeah.
investing in you, in your health.
Mm.
And I know you've hit at least bronze, maybe silver. I,
I don't keep
I
track.
don't know.
I have no
You're just
idea.
helping so many people, and I appreciate you,
Yeah.
and I'm so thankful for you. And
Yeah.
we're expecting more miracles ahead with our whole, with all of us, because look
I
at
love
we,
it.
it's awesome. So
Yes.
thank
I
you for
love it.
taking your time and coming on here and
Yeah,
sharing all of your.
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. Okay, blessings and wow, can you believe it? This is why we do what we do, right, Caitlin? If it weren't making an impact, we wouldn't
Yeah.
bother.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to
Mm.
everyone who just
Yeah.
shared. Wow, Karen and Sam and Kathleen.
Yeah.
It is so moving to hear the testimonies. I know I see you tearing up, Mom, and that's how, I mean, it's just, it doesn't get old. This does not get old. It's a continual just amazement of how incredible the body is when we have tools to support it and that
Yeah.
we get to be a part of changing people's lives. I mean, can you guys believe that? Everyone who just shared, you're getting to
Yeah.
literally watch miracles happening in
Um,
front of you.
I guess the reason it just is so close is because watching you be able to
Mm,
recover from debilitating Lyme disease with just frequency energy without any medical intervention, way
yeah,
back. I know the body's possible. I feel like things are happening so much faster now than they did back then because our tools
yeah,
with Solex are beyond amazing. And I
yeah,
love Sam's mind, and I think Kathleen also just the I think she's a scientist or biochemist or something. I forgot Kathleen. Um, Forgive me, but the mind of keeping track of everything you're doing. Whereas
hmm,
I'm an artist, so I just like, let's try this, let's try that, let's paint, add a little blue here, add a little. Um, so all of us coming together collectively, changing the world and using our gifts to move
yeah.
this forward. I mean, Karen, your gift with horses, all of us. So thank you, Caitlin, for introducing me to AOSCAN. I'm beyond thankful.
I'm
Well, you
so thankful. It is so good. I mean, and Sam talking about the foot detox, I'm like, I'm looking at mine like, can I sneak over there and get on it right now?
mine
But
is
it
right
just
under
helped
here.
me. It just helped me last week. I was dealing with kidney stones and a UTI. I feel like my body, we have to remember too, our bodies are going to continually be on a healing journey. We are
Mm,
peeling back layers. I loved how
yeah,
Kathleen mentioned that. Like, it's true for I think most of us. We are still on this journey, healing and growing and learning, and we get to do it together too. Our community is so incredible. I know
incredible.
I love seeing
Yeah,
the WhatsApp chat of all of us and just how people come together to help, and it's really just amazing. I'm so
amazing.
grateful. I mean, I look forward to these webinars now that we get to do and share. Um, and thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing your stories. And if you have more testimonies, anyone who, the AO scan has changed your life or anything from Solex, we love to hear it. It helps other people be able to put themselves in a position
Yeah.
and see, oh, maybe this could be the answer I've been praying for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blessings. We usually try to end in an
Yeah.
hour,
Well,
but
it's
it's
good.
so good. We love you all.
If you're
Blessings.
watching the recording, go
Yeah.
to the description to
Yeah.
find links, to find
Hmm.
information, or go to the person who sent this webinar to you. Make sure
Yeah.
you go to them. They will have a link for you ready for you to go.
Yeah.
And if you have questions, reach out to any of us. We are so happy to help you.
Yeah.
Many blessings, and we can't wait to
Yeah.
help you on this AOSCAN journey.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.